everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time doing another Halloween review, and this one is on Spooky Buddies. Now, as you know, Spooky Buddies is meant to be a Halloween-based movie, as well as being a direct-to-video comedy film as part of the Disney Buddies series, as well as being the fifth installment in the sort of Air Buddies series. Now, the premise of the film is kind of meant to feature the Air Buddies basically helping a ghost dog known as Pip, who warns them of a dangerous warlock who returns after being imprisoned from a cursed mirror, with him and the Halloween Hound planning to correct the souls of 5 puppies to continue their work. So of course it's up to Rosebud, B-Dog, Buddha, Bubba Ball, as well as Mudbud to kind of save the day. And the film, I would say, tries to be a lot more like Hocus Pocus, but trying to be a poor man's version. I think for the most part it does what the typical Air Buds film does. They kind of befriend a dog from a sort of different breed, help the characters out, and so on. And I also know they do change the actors for the owners of the Air Buds. So I kind of feel they could have shown that the characters are older, even have it that the Air Buddies are older themselves. Maybe show it that, you know, the characters growing up and having new challenges. Have them kind of be older and have them sort of unsure if they want to go trick-or-treating now. That could actually work. And I think for the most part the villains do sort of work. I think Warwick is obviously meant to be something similar to the witches from Hocus Pocus, only not really menacing and not really interesting. I feel like with the Halloween Hound being voiced by Derek Bader really does try to give this Batman-ish feel, but more menacing feel. And I feel when you've got the lackey Hoot, I kind of feel his character works at times, as he does have second thoughts and does kind of realise his mistakes. But I think the point of redeeming a lackey or a sort of villain, you want them to sort of realise their mistakes, start questioning if they're doing the right things, and have them come to realise that the person who they're meant to look up to, or the henchman and that, doesn't really share the same ideals, and it could have worked. And I think for the most part I would say Spooky Buddies does what the other Air Buds film does, and like I said, it's kind of feature a kind of typical over-the-top story. There's nothing really risen that much. It's basically Spooky Buddies. And I think for the most part I would say if they had their owners and the pups older, it could have really given a story about them sort of growing out of Halloween, but at the end they could have learnt to appreciate it and still feel young at heart. It really could have worked. And I feel for the most part, if you're a fan of Hocus Pocus, then if you're, like I say, if you're a fan of Hocus Pocus, and if you want something similar, then Spooky Buddies is your second option. So I think this one deserves a thumbs in the middle. It's kind of alright, kind of okay, but kind of alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.